Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Kira in the Classroom. Thank you for joining me today as we begin a discussion on the importance of collaborative work within our field of education. I will be specifically talking to the point of professional learning communities and the benefits that this type of collaboration can have on students, classrooms, schools, and really the educational community as a whole. First of all, let's define PLC. The acronym stands for Professional Learning Community. Learning communities can exist in all aspects of life. Anytime people come together for a common goal of learning, they are part of a learning community. Local libraries, schools, our students in our classrooms are a learning community. Small businesses, community outreach programs, all of these can be communities of learning. A professional learning community is created when colleagues come together to learn more about their trade, their business, their profession, and expand their knowledge and skills through the shared experiences, through goal setting, and even various improvement cycles. For education, this is the structured, intentional, collaborative work that focuses on developing the most effective instruction for our students. As teachers, we will often find ourselves isolated within the classroom walls. Although we work in a building with many other educators, we can feel alone in our responsibilities. I have heard this type of isolation be referred to as an egg crate, where we are all within the same container, but separated in our individual sections. I myself have had days where I feel like I have not engaged in any adult conversations. Within the isolation of the classroom, three things often happen. Teachers burn out. The number one teachers burn out is the feeling of the imbalance of more demands than available resources. Sometimes these resources include materials, but sometimes they include people in our collaborative teams. When we are in isolation, we often see lower student performance. Even with the best of intentions and care for our students, test scores just may not seem to improve. And we also can get into a rut and stagnant routines over years of doing the same thing with lack of opportunities to learn new skills and strategies. One of the arguments that I've heard against professional learning communities is the need for teacher autonomy, that teachers should have the control to teach what they want and how they want to best fit the needs of their particular students. Formal PLCs give administrators the leverage to micromanage or to control the work that is done within the PLC. True professional learning community work is actually the contrary to this argument. The professional development and collaborative work that takes place within professional learning communities actually gives teachers and teaching teams more autonomy by using data supported outcomes. Within this empowered collaborative setting, teachers get to have meaningful conversations about how groups of and individual students are progressing through their standards. They can share successful instructional strategies based on the analysis of data and can redesign or create curriculum that fits the needs of kids. Teachers can also experiment with new ideas in a setting that can give feedback in a non-threatening or non-evaluative type of way. We've all heard the phrase, two minds are better than one. And when it comes to problem solving, this is often the case. Having more brains looking at a problem and trying to figure out solutions is definitely better. And finally, when teachers find success in their instruction, efficacy and motivation improve as the team celebrates the successes together. The collaborative work of a professional learning community does not just magically happen. Like any team, there are expectations that need to be followed. In some of the PLCs I've been a part of in the years, have called these norms. These are mutual expectations. They can include building trust. Trust is important, especially when sharing challenges, deficits, and assessment data. It also includes a commitment to shared time, staying to a plan and sticking to timelines, respectively. Taking on our students framework and not my students helps to break down the me versus them mindset and creates common ground for goal setting and celebrations. These are a must when it comes to inspiring positive change within our schools and the learning community as a whole. One of the other requirements is administrative support. Not necessarily administrative control, but support that allows access to resources like data and instructional materials. And just like any other team, the right tools will make the work more productive and more successful, and often more fun. Some of these tools can include time. As mentioned before, regularly scheduled meeting times, respecting the times of our colleagues, and sticking to deadlines is definitely an important tool. Having access to either state or Common Core Common Core learning standards is a must, as they are the base for our common learning goals. Access to the curriculum may seem like a given. However, most curriculums have more pieces to them than teachers see on a regular basis. Having full access to all of the curriculum can save time, especially when trying to redesign materials or design new materials, because often they have already been made. Common assessments are a great tool because they can lead to comparable data. And when we have comparable data, we can talk about strengths and deficits and adjust our instruction. And then, of course, we need resources, learning resources for professional development. This can include books, online seminars, or even attending trainings in person together. We've been talking a bit about the must-haves of PLCs, but there are also naturally occurring opportunities that arrive with professional learning communities come together. Leadership roles that occur naturally is about moving the team forward. This leadership is not necessarily about power, as everybody gets to take on a leadership role within the team. Constructive coaching also happens naturally when we work collaboratively together, using individuals' strengths or team strengths, and mentoring for individuals that may have deficits in certain areas. I have to admit, we're not all perfect. I have learned a lot from my colleagues over the year and appreciate their coaching skills. Professional development happens when we come together and share our experiences. We learn from everybody else. I've learned from brand new teachers and from experienced teachers alike. The other great opportunity that comes from professional learning communities is we all get to be a part of the decision-making process. We don't feel like decisions are being made for us. We get to make them together. This means decisions in my classroom, as a grade level, as a primary team, and as a building as a whole. The ultimate focus of teacher PLCs is student achievement. So looking at student benefits is a natural segue. For students, when we work together in cooperative learning communities, students get more engaging instructions because we are sharing our strategies with one another, we're sharing our assessment data, and we're working together to pick out what is best instructionally for our students. When we feel planned and prepared, our students get more meaningful feedback. When we are in control, so are they. Also, when we plan together, we get to put our brains together to create real-world experiences for our students, incorporating authentic lessons and projects that help them connect their learning to the world outside of school. And of course, they get stronger teachers. We are all stronger when we have positive support. And when teachers feel strong and confident, they can better support their students. We as teachers also benefit from professional learning communities. We've talked on some of these briefly, but a few other benefits are that we get consensus. We get to make decisions together based on data-supported information. Again, things aren't happening to us. We get to make them happen. We also get to speak a common language. Teachers and students alike will have a common ground and can share ideas more easily. Working together also makes a lighter workload. Again, many hands makes for lighter work. And we get shared responsibility. As we talked before, teacher burnout happens when there is too much responsibility and not enough resources. When we share the responsibility and the resources, everybody benefits. There are many great resources out there to help support school who want to begin the professional development process. The leading name in PLC development is Richard Dufour. He and his team have developed many resources to help educators begin to strengthen their PLC work. One of the trainings that I attended that was based on DeFore's work when I first started learning about PLC structures was with Solution Tree Inc. They had many great tips on where to start and how to make those first meetings very meaningful. The Institute of Educational Science and Edutopia also have great articles on PLC development. If you have some great resources, please make the comments in the comment area below so that we can share and all expand together. In my research on the impact of PLCs within the educational setting, I found these references to be very enlightening. Please check them out and let me know if they are also helpful resource for you. And as said before, add anything to the comments below that you think would also be a great resource. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.